The latest variant of the Swedish self-propelled mortar system, which is mounted inside the latest variant of the combat vehicle CV90, is so powerful and deadly that they named it Mjölner, after the mythological hammer of Thor, the son of Odin, which is depicted as one of the most fearsome weapons capable of leveling mountains. Imagine this: 20 CV90 Mjölners can probably level a small mountain in less than an hour with endless barrages of high-power mortars. This is why the Swedes do not export this variant, and they won't give it to Ukraine even though they did supply Ukraine with 50 CV90 40B in 2022, which proved to be quite effective and formidable in intense battles. The fact that Sweden gave nearly $2 billion in military aid to Ukraine left it exposed and short not just on equipment but also on ammo. Hence, the Swedish government is on a shopping spree to rebuild its military deterrence capacity. One of their biggest orders so far is 80 CV90 Mjölners. What is the CV90 Mjölner and what are its specifications and deadly capabilities? The CV90 represents one of Sweden's points of pride in indigenous military design and production. It is a tracked armored combat vehicle that's been in use by Sweden and several other Scandinavian countries since the mid-1990s. With technological advances and changing battlefield requirements, the CV90 has been fitted with a turret from Bofors equipped with a 40mm Bofors autocannon. Export versions are fitted with Hägglund's E-Series turrets, armed with either a 30mm Mk44 or a 35mm Bushmaster autocannon. However, the latest variant, the CV90 Mjölners, features a mortar system that is compatible with all standard 120mm mortar ammunition, as well as smart-guided ammunition, making it the deadliest among all other variants. The combat vehicle is designed specifically for the Nordic subarctic climate and has excellent mobility in snow and wetlands while carrying and supporting 6. It is also highly adaptable with capabilities such as artillery observation, command and control, anti-aircraft, armored recovery vehicles, and electronic warfare. Varying customer requirements have led to multiple CV90 variants with major survivability and electronic architecture differences. Increased protection has led to higher curb weight. The vehicle's combat weight has risen from 23 to 35 tons. With increasingly powerful diesel engines, the power-to-weight ratio has remained approximately the same. However, the track suspension system has seen several successive upgrades that increase speed and maneuverability. As we said earlier, since Sweden donated most of its CV90s to Ukraine, it began replacing the fleet with the even more advanced and deadly CV90 Mjölners. The CV90 Mjölner is an armored tracked combat vehicle equipped with a 120mm self-propelled mortar turret. It takes a crew of 3, the commander, loader, and driver, to operate. It weighs about 22 tons and is 6.5 meters long, 3.1 meters wide, and 2.8 meters high. What really sets the CV90 Mjölner variant apart from older models is the powerful mortar system. It comes equipped with 220mm rapid-rate fire mortar launchers and a 12.7mm machine gun. The firing system has a range of 9 kilometers in the case of standard shells and up to 15 kilometers in the case of extended range shells, and can fire up to 16 shells per minute. It's powered by a single Scania DS14 diesel engine that generates 550 horsepower, allowing it to hit the maximum speed of 72 kilometers per hour and can travel up to 600 kilometers on one tank. The Mjölner turret is fed mortars via a mechanical system. However, loading is only partially automated and involves manual labor, thus the loader operates under armor protection. This mortar system is compatible with all standard 120mm mortar ammunition, as well as smart-guided ammunition, including the Swedish Strix precision-guided munitions. A total of 104 mortar shells can be stored inside the vehicle. A total of 56 shells are stored in the turret bustle. Another 48 shells can be stored inside the hull. Mortars can be elevated to 85 degrees, even though the turret traverse is limited to 60 degrees. The standard CV90 Mjölner turret provides protection only against 7.62 by 39 armor-piercing millimeter rounds and artillery shell splinters. However, it's also designed to be equipped with an armor kit for a higher level of protection. The hull is of welded thick steel armor construction. The front of the turret can withstand hits from 30mm armor-piercing rounds. All-round protection of the hull is against 14.5mm armor-piercing rounds. The vehicle can also withstand mine blasts equivalent to 10 kilograms of TNT. Furthermore, an add-on ceramic armor kit can be fitted for the hull for all-round protection against 30mm armor-piercing rounds. The interior is also lined with Kevlar liner to prevent spalling, thus providing the troops inside with protection against shrapnel and anti-personnel artillery munitions. The motor system is quite efficient and fast because it takes less than 2 minutes to open fire and less than 1 minute to leave the firing position. The vehicle also uses heat-absorbing filters to provide temporary protection against thermal imaging, image intensifiers, and infrared cameras. And it does have a shallow and compact structure to minimize radar and IR signals. This means it can evade artillery radars and counter batteries. Needless to say, the vehicle is one scary piece of military machinery, and what you're about to hear next will make you fall in love with it. The CV90 Mjölner is fitted with cage armor, which provides protection against tandem charge and shape charge warheads, and is also fitted with a nuclear, biological, and chemical filtration system accompanied by a chemical detector and radiation detector systems. Here's a really cool part about this formidable machine. For an extra $200,000, it can be fitted with an infrared camouflage called Adaptive, which consists of 1,500 thermoelectric plates capable of posing as many different objects, such as ordinary cars, stones, and trees, among other objects. The Swedish maker BAE Systems Hägglunds is also said to be preparing a prototype with hybrid electric propulsion that can cut fuel consumption by up to 30% and increase power output for more advanced radar and stealth technologies. And if all that's not enough, it can come equipped with the option of an active damping suspension system that was derived from Formula 1 racing cars. This technology calculates the vehicle's speed and anticipates the terrain ahead, then pressurizes the suspension at independent points to lift the chassis and keep the vehicle level. This technology increases the 35-ton CV90 Mjölner speed by 30% on rough terrain, allowing it to easily outrun most main battle tanks, decreases vehicle pitch acceleration by 40%, and also gives it greater maneuverability. The actual cost of one unit isn't announced and probably varies depending on add-ons. However, the basic version is probably around $7.5 million, while a fully loaded version is in the vicinity of $8.5 million. Some people think that Sweden, which gave much of its Archer howitzer units to Ukraine, is replacing the Archers with CV90s. But the truth is, these are two different systems, and Sweden has just ordered $500 million worth of Archer artillery systems from the UK's BAE Systems weapons firm. Unlike the Archer howitzers, the CV90 mortar system is an infantry indirect fire support weapon with limited firing range. Meanwhile, howitzers are used for long-range indirect fire support at the brigade and division level. Mind you, the Archer howitzer has a firing range of more than 50 kilometers and boasts a 155mm caliber that fires projectiles with enough explosives to take down a small apartment building in one hit, which is achieved via uranium-depleted shells. Howitzers such as the Archer are extremely deadly weapons. Merely 10 of these can reduce a built-up small city to rubble in less than an hour. Such horrific events did take place in various wars, but most notably during World War II, when entire towns were leveled to the ground. In some cases, such places were forgotten because there was simply nothing left to recover. In conclusion, the Swedish Army cannot go without Archer and the CV90 since they're two different systems designed for different purposes and produce different results. Feel free to let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon.